kind of dark. There we go. All right. Today is live question day. Like I said, I'm gonna be going live every hold on, let me get y'all some light up in. Sorry for the lighting. All my equipment is at the house. So, but anyway, wait till people click on. So just hang out. See if we got some people that wanna come on. I'm just gonna sit on here, wait till people come on. Told you every Wednesday it's gonna go live, so just kind of wait until people pop on. If anybody got any questions, none of that. Try to stay on for 30 minutes. Talk about Metro 2, removing inquiries. We'll talk about student loans. We'll talk about how to look at a credit report, some of the key indicators you need to be looking at. Metro 2. Just gonna keep talking. All right, let's see. Got my glasses all crooked. All right. Invest and build your credit. We'll talk about investing for beginners. We'll talk about all of this. So we're gonna answer any questions that y'all may have. So we're just gonna hang tight, give y'all opportunities. We just gonna talk. Today is changing your mindset. Changing your mindset. Let's see, how do I make this a little better? Yeah. Let's see. Oh, I took all that stuff to the house. Don't have nothing with me. All right, I'm gonna hang on there. It's your opportunity to come on and ask questions. I can answer emails while we. bad day. Nobody's getting on today. All right. Anybody got any questions? I know it ain't many people. It must be. It may be a bad day. Y'all may need to tell me what day is the best day to do a live. Is it the weekend? Is Wednesday not a good day? Let me know what's a good day because I want to be consistently doing these lives every single week so I can answer your questions. I am. I don't get no activity in the next 15, 20 minutes. Go ahead and shut it down. Make some phone calls. This is your opportunity to ask questions. Yep. Timothy Riser. So I'm here. Want to know about Metro 2? The real deal? Can tell you about it. Know about getting. A matter of fact, today I got some inquiries removed with Experian. Just call and do the. I called in and did the Experian hack for inquiries. So we'll see what happens in 48 to 72 hours. Let's see if those inquiries come out. So, whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah, I'm on Facebook. I need to really be more active on Instagram, but I'm on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. I do have an account on TikTok, but man, trying to manage all those different accounts can be difficult at times because I definitely we're looking at other adventures that'll be definitely way more profitable. So yeah, we're definitely trying to start a franchise. We're trying to buy into a franchise. So definitely on the medical side. So we're definitely trying to do something big. And then it's going to allow me actually to be able to do better on social media and more videos, uh, be more engaged in all the different. Yeah, yeah. I moved back. See, the house is almost empty, man. So we moved this past weekend. So I did a video, man. It's a video showing what the house looked like, and did a little walkthrough. So yeah, it's straight. The last video I did, change your mindset. That's what it's all about, man. Anything is possible if we change our mindset. You know, key things to do. That's the vivid appointment. Put them cameras up, man, so everybody be sneaking around the house. So I did on Facebook. I did some key things that we all should do. Let me get to my thing. Let me see, what did I put on there? Key things and to change your mindset, man. Number one step is important is your credit. Credit is so important. We downplay it, but it's the most important thing because it opens up avenues to so many different areas and allow you to be able to invest and save money. Your credit's poor, you're paying out more money everywhere. Uh, the mindset, when I say change your mindset, is the first person you should pay every time you get paid is yourself. If you're married, every time your wife get paid, she pays herself. When you get paid, you pay yourself. That should be the very first person. You are the very first bill you pay. And that bill should be in an investment form. If it's putting it in a stock, if it's in a 401, if it's in a Roth IRA, if it's giving open up a whole life policy, whatever it is, you have to look at your financial future. And the first thing you need to do is pay yourself. That's all a part of changing your mindset. If you don't do it the very first time, I mean, you're gonna start figuring out reasons why not to do it. Oh man, I gotta take care of this. Oh man, I didn't spend this. I don't have money to do this now. So leverage your credit. That's the next thing I always put. Leverage your credit. Only get cards with. I mean, I know a lot of us are building our credit, but once you get to a certain point, get the reward cards, the cash back cards. Leverage that. Buy your groceries with it. And instead of when you buy your groceries, you come back, just pay the grocery bill, get the points, get the rewards. And there's something called plastic. I did a video on that plastic where you can set up even your mortgage payments and then take it out of your credit card and you gain the points. So if you got $2,800 mortgage payment, you're gonna pay it out your checking account anyway. So leverage your credit. Go ahead, let them charge your card, turn right back around, pay it off. Because if you pay off your credit cards before the statement day, you're not gonna get any interest charged anyway. All right. Look at your household bills. What household bill do you have to have, or what household bill do you want to have? Cable is one. Like, I'm a streamer, so I've got streaming apps. I only pay $25 and get 1,000 channels. So yeah, I may have Netflix and Hulu, little standard, but a lot of people are paying like $300, $200 for a cable bill. No, sir. If you do have credit cards, keep your utilization low. Under 10%. Best way. I know sometimes it's difficult. We're moving, we're buying. I mean, even for us, we're buying, but I've been putting down, knocking down these credit cards. Quit letting people tell you that it's 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 more expensive owning a home than renting. I don't know where they get that from, but renting is definitely more expensive. simply because there's no investment value in renting. Remember, there's somebody renting you something for a purpose. They're renting you for them to grow their wealth. So renting is not the best option. Open a business, you know, more tax breaks when you open a business. The biggest thing is step out of your comfort zone, man. Quit being stuck in that comfort zone, scared to go out and take chances. And number 10, believe in yourself. So that was my 10 little things that I put like on my Facebook to try to inspire people to do more. So but I'm here. Let's see. Today is today is a, a sad day, but a blessed day. So today is our son's birthday, who was killed by a drunk driver. So his birthday is today. So I wasn't able to attend, but the wifey, some of the family members went out to the grave site and they had, a little picnic and talked and just kind of celebrated. So, uh, but today was it's always a sad day today. He was only 20 years old and was hit by a drunk driver while we lived in California. So, but, um, so, uh, don't drink and drive. So, anyway, no questions. No questions. Anybody want to know about how to get inquiries off? Does anybody have any questions? What's the charge off? What's Metro 2? How to look at a credit report? This is y'all time to ask me the question. So hit the, I wouldn't even tell you hit the like button, but because we ain't even talking. Yeah, it was a sad day, but we it's always a difficult day today. But what can we do? We can only push on. Remember the good times, the laughters, and hold on to those memories. Well, today actually I went on Experian because I wanted to try to see if I could get some inquiries removed. And actually I did. So let me go to my phone. Let's see. When did I call? I called at 12:58. Let me open it up. Oh, wait. Let me see. I didn't want to call. Let's see. I called at 12:58. I don't know if y'all can see that. 12:58. And the first thing I did, I called Experian. I got a representative. I hit the business. It's going to ask you one or two. And I hit business. And then when I got there, I said, hey, uh, how can I help you? I said, I like to get to the fraud department. This is with Experian. I'm getting ready to try to do TransUnion next. So I called, got the fraud department. I called and asked for the fraud department. And then they transfer me, get to hear the music. Maybe I'll do a live uh, video or a live video going through the hack. So I called the number. The number is this is the number you need to call. It's 714. Hold up. Come on now. 714-830-7000. I called that number. After I called that number, a representative got on the phone and I asked to speak to the fraud department. Uh, and then after they came on, I went back on hold, and then somebody else came on, and they said, "Well, how could I help you?" And I said, I'm trying to reach the fraud department. I had some inquiries that were on that I did not do. Well, actually, I said I want to speak to the fraud department, and he asked me, say, "Well, maybe it's something I could help you with." I said, "Well, I had some inquiries that I'm looking in my credit report that are not mine. That's why I need to speak to the fraud department." They put me on hold again, and then I was on hold for probably about 10 more minutes, and then another person came on, and then I asked again, "Is this the fraud department?" And he said, "Yes." So at that point, he asked me, he asked for my identification. What's your name? What's your birth date? What's your social security number? What, what's your address? Have you been there less than 2 years? If you have, I need another address. Uh, and then he asked me, did I want to put a fraud alert? I said, no, it's just too difficult. And then if I go apply for credit, it's hard. And then I got a fraud alert. And then you got a car. It's just too much. No, I don't want a fraud alert on. And then he started asking, okay, what are the inquiries that you want to dispute? And then I did 5 inquiries. So I'm going to do that every month until I get my inquiries down. So I would recommend, don't try to, if you got like 10 inquiries you want to get off, don't try to do all 10 at one time. Maybe do 4 or 5, wait till those go off, wait a month, do another 3 or 4, let those go off, get a month, then do some more to get your inquiries down. So I did do inquiries, but hey, it's in my master dispute package, but I think it is, but I may have took it out because it needed to be updated, but I will update and make sure I put it back in there. I'm gonna have to look and see if it's still in there. Uh, but anyway, so I'm gonna wait 48 hours and I get back to you to see if it worked, if they definitely took them off. So, what's up, Jess? I'm here. I'm here to answer all y'all questions. Hit the thumbs up. I ain't got but one. Like I don't got but one like. Yeah, it worked. I'm telling you, it worked. Well, the process going getting to the fraud department worked. Uh, uh, it worked. So I'm gonna wait and I get back to you if they removed them. I did 5 inquiries to remove, and then I'll let you know if they actually got removed. So I can't tell you that I went through the process, but we're gonna find out if it actually worked. And I'm gonna do this every month. Once they do, I'm gonna wait 30 days and I'm gonna go back do a couple more. I'm gonna wait 30 days. I'm gonna go back and do a couple more until I get to where the only thing is on there is stuff that I have open accounts on. But yeah, call the number. You get a representative, ask to speak to the fraud department. She's gonna put you on hold. Somebody else is gonna come on. When they come on, you're gonna say, "Hey," uh, they're gonna ask you, "What can I help you with?" You're gonna say, "I have some inquiries that are not mine, uh, and I need to speak to the fraud department." That next person will send you to the fraud department, and then after you do that, then they'll take you through a whole bunch of processes of identifying you. But it was definitely a simple process. The only time they won't investigate an account is if it's linked to it. You don't want to remove an inquiry on an account that's linked to something. Because are you talking about inquiries or are you talking about just an account? Jess. So I'm not sure if you're talking because I'm talking about inquiries, but were you talking about an account or are you talking about inquiries? It's a closed account. So when you're disputing account, listen, first of all, when you're disputing account, what are you actually disputing? Give me an example of what you're actually disputing. That's why y'all all need to learn Metro too. I don't know what's going on here. You mean I was talking about inquiries, and then you came in and was saying, what if they don't investigate an account? And you say it's a closed account. So, what on your closed account that they would not investigate? What did you dispute? Or do you remember what you disputed? I'm here. I'm waiting. Okay, a car loan. It was closed. Do you have a balance on that closed car loan? Is there a balance? And how old is the closed account? So you said you received the 1099-C? Okay. So you got your 1099-C. Okay. When you look at that closed account, look at the payment history, the 2 year payment history. Is there any inaccuracies in that 2 year payment history? Is it any like months that they didn't report? Or there are months where one said 30 days, one said okay, one said 90 days. In that 2 year, there's nothing there. Okay, so they're reporting it right. Right. So what I would do is I would write a letter to the original creditor. Who's the original creditor? And did you settle the account and they gave you a 1099-C? Oh, raggedy credit acceptance. Did you settle that account or did they just wrote off the whole car loan? Did you settle it like you owed 5,000, you gave them 1,000? So yes, you settled it. Is it any way is it any way you can uh let me look at that at that account? Can any way you can do like a scan or maybe even a picture and then email me so I can look at it to see if I can find something wrong with that account, how it's reporting? And s you could email me. Uh, you could email me. Uh, do you have credit monitoring? If you have credit monitoring, then you should be able to get it to me. Sometimes they'll let you download your credit report and then you could just send it over to my email. The other thing you could do is write them a letter. Just say you issued me a 1099-C. You forgave this debt because that's typically what a 1099-C is. That's typically what a 1099-C, they forgave the debt. So because they forgave the debt, they reduced their tax burden, and then you had to add it to your taxes. You could write a letter to them, just explain and say it is unfair that you're reporting a debt that you received a tax credit or you reduced your tax burden, and then it became income on mine. So you need to, can you please remove this from my credit report? Just send them a letter. This, hey, email me, I'll put a letter together for you. Let me look at your credit report and then I'll help you out. Because if they're doing something wrong on your credit report, I can find and I can challenge them. Are you trying to buy a car? Is that why you want to get that off? Email address. It is else. Yeah, we are. Yeah, good credit is where to go. Is that the only thing that's holding you back, or do you have other things that are holding you back? Well, look, just shoot me an email, explain your situation. Then we can, if you want to, we can set up a free call. Ain't gonna cost you nothing. I can look at your credit report, tell you what I would do if it's building. I mean, sometimes things are on your credit report that are not affecting your score. Every negative item on your credit report, depending on what FICO scoring module you're in, may not even affect your score. Inquiries after 12 months don't affect your score. A medical debt, uh, uh, any on FICO 8, any collection that the original amount is under $100 don't affect your score. It's, I mean, bankruptcies after they get about 5 or 6 years don't even affect your score anymore. But those negative items, when an underwriter look at it, it just shows there's been a neglect in your credit history and how you manage your credit. But don't be so caught up in the score. That's where most people make a mistake. They just so get caught up in the score instead of saying, I need to improve my credit profile. I need to work on my credit profile. The score eventually will take care of itself. Okay, formerly ATT account charged off and now with IC systems on Experian will not delete. Okay. It was it on okay, let's see. Ty, was it on any other credit reports? And Experian was the only one that didn't delete it? And you got late payments. Okay. Well, just email me, kind of lay it out, and then I'll definitely look over your credit report. I'll tell you what's reporting accurate, what you can challenge because it's inaccurate going against Metro 2, and I'll tell you what's reporting accurate on there. So it was only showing on Experian. Ty, so it's only showing on Experian. Only Experian. So in Metro 2, that's odd that they only this. So they must only have a relationship with Experian. Because in Metro 2, that well, let me ask this. Let's go back. On that collection account, are they is the original creditor name AT&T on that account also? And then the second question is, how much is the debt? All right, Mike Justin, I have a charge off credit card with a credit union and an open car loan with them. Should I dispute the credit card or how should I handle it? Well, those are different accounts. So, I mean, well, first of all, let me tell y'all about charge offs. If you owe a balance on a charge off and it is still with the original creditor, it is definitely hard to get off your credit report because first of all they have all your information, your signature, all of that. That's why it's so hard to get charge offs off. Most people, that's one of the biggest things. I want to get this charge off. I want to get this charge off. I want to get this charge off. It's the most difficult thing to get off. So you really have to look at how it is reported and try to find inaccuracies. The biggest thing that most people make too is the I'm a big avid of listen. If it's reported inaccurate, the original creditor uh has a play in that. They fall under Metro 2. They fall under the Fair Credit Reporting Act. Send the original creditor a letter. Don't just do it with the credit bureaus. The credit bureaus are getting paid by the original creditors, but they're working on your behalf. See, to me, see that conflict of interest? They pay you, but you're gonna work on my behalf. Right? To me, it's a conflict of interest. So sometimes I'm gonna bypass, I'm gonna still send a dispute because I'm always trying to build a case. But I'm also gonna dispute with the original creditor because first, you're going to get a live person that's going to read that letter. Original creditors don't want to get sued for reporting inaccurate information because they are the data furnishers. The credit bureaus are just housing the information. So we're so busy trying to go at the credit bureaus for the information that the original creditor has put on the credit report. So me, I like to go at the original creditors because I know they don't want to be sued behind inaccurate information on a credit report, right? So I'm gonna go after them. So if they have missing, incomplete, uh, late payments are not lined up correctly, uh, they're reporting wrong information. I'm gonna let them know and say you could be sued under Metro 2 and the Fair Credit Reporting Act for reporting inaccurate information. And by you not correcting or deleting this account based on errors, you could be held not only you can not only you're not only in violation, but you can be held to be negligent in your attempt to correct the inaccurate information that's on my credit report. So I'll be going at them like that. Like, if you don't fix it, I'm gonna get a consumer lawyer, and then we're gonna sue you under Metro 2. Right? I don't tell them I'm gonna sue them because you can't tell people you're gonna sue them and not sue them. But you let them know that you're gonna be taking this to a consumer lawyer to find out what my options are. And you can be sued up under Metro 2 or the Fair Credit Reporting Act, right? It is your responsibility to be reporting complete, accurate, and verifiable information. Those three things. They all have to do all three. They all have to verify, it has to be verifiable, it has to be complete and accurate. Right. So let me get back to you, Ty. Listen, my strategy of a restrictive endorsement, you owe $398. Send them jokers $175 on an restrictive endorsement letter, which is going to say that by accepting this payment, you and endorsing a check, because that's what you're going to use. I have the letter with all the other information. And then they go, if they deposit that check, you already set the terms and conditions. You set the terms and conditions for them to even accept that payment. And if they accept that payment, you got them. I've been doing that strategy for years, man. Like I said, it works all the time because they just entered into a contract with you. You created a contract. And based on that contract, if they accept that payment, they have to take it off because that's some of your terms and conditions. Works all the time. Simple strategy. If you want to know, email me. You can get the letter from me. I could set it up for you. I promise you, it'll work out. You'll get that collection off. Don't be listen. Every single day, you let your credit report have bad information. Is every day they are taking money out of your pocket. That's why I tell people we have to change our mindset. A pay for delete, a lot of time they're going to ask you for the whole $398. Yes, it's like a pay for delete, but I've learned by doing this, I'm not paying you $398 on that debt. You ain't paid $398. I'm not paying you $398, right? So, and a lot of times they'll say pay for delete, but don't want to give you any paperwork. Don't want to send you an agreement saying that. There's a lot of times they don't want to do that because in Metro 2, they're not supposed to be deleting accurate information. So that's why they don't like doing that, because now it puts them like, you can come back and say, well, they gave me a letter so they can delete this accurate information. They don't like doing it. But if with a restrictive endorsement letter, you're setting the terms and conditions. I'm not calling and talking to them for nothing. And I ain't giving them heads up. I'm going to send them a little bit of money. I've done this with people have had $10,000 debts and we sent them 2,000, and then they turned around, deposited that check. And someone come back and say, you owe us 8,000. I say, no, we don't. Because you agreed to the terms and conditions. And I have the front and back of the check to prove, because you endorsed it, that you agreed to the terms and conditions. There ain't nothing they can do. They don't want to go to court with a letter and the terms and conditions. The judge gonna say you agreed to it. So I'm big on that. I've paid for deletions are cool. Nothing wrong with it if that's people's approach. But I like paper trails. That's what I like. So if they act stupid or get ignorant and say, well, I don't know why they told you that. Nah, I don't even play with them. You can't trust the collection company, so I don't do that. I like paper trail. So that's the way I do it. But it's nothing wrong with pay for deletion. I ain't down in pay for deletion. I just like a paper trail. But listen, charge off accounts, the reason charge off accounts are so damaging is because the original creditor, if you look at your credit report, it's going to have your balance. And then in the past due balance, it's going to have that same balance. So not only did they give you a derogatory remark, and you owe a balance that goes back against your DTA, and it's a negative effect on your credit report because you have a closed account that you owe money on, and they put you on past due, which is a delinquency, derogatory delinquency. I mean, that's why they're so damaging. That's why I even tell clients, if we can't get, at least let's settle it and get that off, because it was no longer be delinquent and you no longer owe any money on it, right? Everybody wants to get away scot-free. And sometimes, I'm gonna tell you, sometimes you're gonna take an L, but those L's are okay. It's nothing wrong with them because in the long term, you're improving your credit. Yes. If you still owe it, they can report the charge off and the past due balance. The original creditor, because that is still in their hands. You are past due on that account. Even if it's closed, you are past due on that account. It's crazy. So they dinging you all across the board. That's why charge-offs are so damaging to people's credit report. They're more damaging than a collection account. If nobody ever told you that, I promise they're more damaging than a collection account, a charge-off. Some people get so focused on charge-off and they so focused on collections and leave the charge-offs. No, you take care of the charge-offs first. Then you go after the collection accounts. I promise you, you start knocking those charge-offs, your score is gonna go up. But if you keep them charge-offs and do the collection account, you get it removed. You're like, damn, my score not moving that much. It moved a little bit, 5 points, because charge-offs are more damaging, especially in FICO 8, FICO 9 mortgages, FICO 2, 3, 5. They're damaging. You should always attack your charge-offs first, then go at your collection accounts. What else y'all got for me? Hit the thumbs up if you on here. And like I said, email me if you got questions. Listen, anybody that has dealt with me, tell you, man, I'm accessible. I ain't like the rest of these YouTubers out here. Says AT is calling me to offer services. They probably are because they already wrote that account off, right? And then they already sold it to the collection account. So they're not even worried about they're trying to get your services again. They didn't wrote that debt off. But it's crazy. But that collection account, I mean, for $398, I would me personally, if you ask me, I would do a restrictive endorse, get it off my credit report. Give them $150. Get the letter. Email me. Get the letter. I promise you, you'll be happy. But don't let a $398 collection account hold you back. Every day, every day, every day, I'm telling you, they're taking money out of your pocket. Another thing, how many people are investing? How many people have a brokerage account? They only get a tax write-off if they issued a 1099-C to the IRS. Did you ever get a update with LCI? What was the update for LCI? Yeah, if you don't have a brokerage account and you ain't invested, listen. I started, listen, credit got me open my eyes up to a lot of different areas. That was the most important thing for credit for me is it opened my eyes up to investing because once I really got understand credit and how money works, it opened up my eyes to a whole lot of other avenues. So when I started investing, I started with $100. 10 months later, I had $26,000 in my brokerage account. First, I changed my mindset. Every time I got paid, every time my wife got paid, 4 times a month, I was investing. Every time. And soon as we got paid, I invested. I looked at the market, looked at some stocks that I was really investing in, some strong companies like AMD, Nvidia, Apple, uh, uh, Who else was I? It was some other. At that time, I was doing like Neo. I think I bought Neo for five. When I bought Neo, it was $5 a share. When I sold out of Neo, I sold out at $65 a share, and I had a boatload of shares. So if you're not investing, if you don't have a brokerage account, you're doing yourself a disservice. I don't care if your job has a 401. That's cool, but you need to be investing your money. All right, this is indicated. I would have to look at it. It's hard to like some of your crest eviction. It all depends on what state you in. It was it a legal eviction? What it's just so much to evictions. How it's reporting. I would have to look at your credit report. Let's say Loma. I got bad eyes, you know. I got my where my glasses at, but then I gotta put my glasses on. Uh, but I would have to look at it. Do I have? But I could do some research for you if you want me to do some research for okay, Florida and evictions. If you want me to do some research, I could do some research. But I still need to look at your credit report and figure out was it a legal eviction? Was how they're reporting? Is it accurate? I'll send us U.S. debt education $1. Wow. I sent the depth of education aid $1 with that I meant on a $1 money order. Hey, check this out for student loans. Has any of y'all heard of my? Have any of y'all heard of my education solutions? Just email me. You can email me. My email is it's in the description, but it's hell. So check this out. My wife had a bunch of student loans, and my education solution is like a student loan forgiveness program. And I think my wife had like $70,000 in student loan, and then they broke it down to $35,000. So she only had to pay half, and I think she only had to pay it for like I don't know, it's like 10 years, and then they forgave the rest. But her payments were low; they were like $198 a month, and so so it may be somebody you want to call, especially for student loans, and it goes on your income and stuff like that. So, but and even for her, she's a nurse, and she got a low payment, and got half of that just thrown out the door. So which was cool because I'm gonna tell you, them government student loans, man, they be on it, man. They be on it. Okay, Mike says, should I handle a charge off before applying for? Yes. Do not apply for credit cards with a charge off. You're going to get denied. You're going to waste an inquiry. Hey, listen, be honest with your credit report. When you look at your credit report, look at it is that your neighbor, your neighbor is coming to borrow money from you and they're bringing you that credit report. And they're asking you for $5,000. Look at it. Be honest with yourself. With some what I give that person that money looking at that credit report. It says I was given the eviction paperwork but moved out before. But once you get an eviction notice, at that point they're saying that the eviction is saying that you owe them money. That's why they're evicting you. unless there's some domestic issues going on that's against the, whatever apartment policies. But most times an eviction is saying you're being evicted because you owe us money and you don't have the ability to pay. That's just the bottom line, what they're saying. But again, I would have to see what your credit report. I mean, there may be some inaccuracies that they're reporting that may be able to get it off your credit report. But it's hard to tell people uh, what can be done, especially when I'm in Texas, you're in Florida. There are different laws in Texas and Florida. So I would have to look it up and then look at your credit report and then collect a bunch of information to come up with a good strategy. I'm all about strategies, but I have to have all the information to come up with a good strategy. I don't know what to do about that $1 money order. Just we have to talk about that one. Just I gave you my email address. It's that lcoleman at Advanced Loan Credit Services. That's how you can reach me. And then once you email me, then I'll give you, my phone number and stuff like that. Because typically people who email me are serious and wanna, they want to talk to me and communicate with me. So I don't put my number on here because I don't know how serious people are. Some people will be saying they serious, but they not. Like I take this credit stuff seriously. So when anytime somebody email me, I know they're serious and they want to reply, they want to talk to me. And then I'll make sure I give you the number. And if you want to set up a call, we can set up a call and we can talk and I can answer any questions, look at your credit report, and be upfront and honest with you. What you get with me is you're gonna get honesty. I'm not doing this to try to get a whole bunch of views and all that other time. I'm not doing this because it pays my life bills. I mean, I'm retired military. I have a really good job. I'm looking at other business adventures. We're trying to get into a franchise. This is really about helping people. Even when I offer credit repair, it's cheap. Even when I do it for people, it's cheap. And anybody that's on here, anybody can tell you that has purchased my services tell you he's cheap. I hear stories of people paying $1,500, $2,000, $149 a month. I'm cheaper than all that. I don't even do that because I really want to help people, right? And I'm honest with them about it. Right. And then I have that master dispute package. Tells you, man, it's powerful. It's got tons of information. And the book is going to have more information in it. So uh I'm just telling you that that if you want to learn credit, that master dispute package is on it. But I really try to push people to do that because it's educational. And then not only you can help yourself, you can help other people and other people in your family and continue to spread out the knowledge, right? And I don't mind, I help people I've had people that I help uh, with their credit and they buy my services and stuff like that. But yeah, I think it's a disservice charging people a whole lot of money for credit repair. That's just me. Maybe that's why I ain't got a whole lot of subscribers because I ain't trying to feed people a whole bunch of mess and junk like that. So, and I've noticed I've been looking on that. Everybody want to talk about Metro too. I don't know if it's just because I talk about Metro too, but it's like people starting, and then they ain't even giving the real information about Metro 2. Because I know it like a book, and people that bought the package has Metro 2 in there. They have the credit resource guide, which has Metro 2. If they bought the package, they have the Fair Credit Reporting Act, they have the Fair Debt Collection. They got tons of information. I'm telling you, people that buy it be like, man, it's a lot of damn information up here. You got this stuff packed with information. Yes. What is Metro 2? So, Metro 2 is the standard guideline on how creditors can report information on your credit report. There's so many things in there that's for example, so people need to learn the process. So when you hear people talk about dispute codes, they're looking at the old system. what happens? You send in a dispute letter. That dispute letter goes to the credit bureaus. The credit bureau send a ADCV. It's a automatic dispute, well, automatic dispute verification form. I can't figure what the C stands for. No, it's an automatic credit dispute verification form. That's what they send. And in that letter, it's in Metro 2 language. So based on your dispute, they're supposed to put the Metro 2 language in there, and they send that through eOscar to the original creditor. The original creditor, because they have to follow Metro 2 and report, looks at the Metro 2 language on what you're disputing. If the credit bureau does it right, if they do it right, and then the original creditor does their investigation. The original creditor sends that information back on an ADU form, right? And that ADU form is sent back to the credit bureau. Now, if there's any modifications, any deletions, right? Any modifications, any deletions that go back, the original creditor has to send a carbon copy to every credit reporting agency that they have a relationship with. So if they deleted account, say you sent Equifax and they deleted that account, right? The original creditor deleted Equifax. They have to send a carbon copy to TransUnion, Experian, that they deleted that account, and Innovis, and whoever else they have a relationship with. Could be LexisNexis, Stagestream. They have to send a card, and it's in Metro 2. Biggest day. It's in it. They have to send that carbon copy to it. That's why you challenge them on Metro 2 violations when they delete something off Equifax, but they don't turn around and delete it off the other credit reporting, unless the only thing is if that credit reporting agency, it is reporting accurate. So that's how that process works. And if you understand the process, then you can understand how to dispute that information with Metro 2. And that's why I go after the original creditor, because they're not following Metro 2. That's their guideline. They set that in place. So that's why it's important to understand Metro 2 guideline. The actual credit resource guide to have Metro 2 is over 300 and something pages. It talks about student loans, credit cards, collection accounts, mortgages, bad checks. It talks about everything. It has a question. It has question and answers in here. It has tons of information to help you through that. So if you want to learn how to actually do and dispute information, you have to understand Metro 2. All these people talking about factual disputing, man, I'm not even hearing that. If you ain't talking about Metro 2, you don't know what you're doing. Period. I tell them to their face. Ty said, what if you have an old address on your Equifax? I called to get removed, and 2 to 3 weeks later, they're back. So first of all, your public information is coming from a third party like LexisNexis. If you want to delete an address, you need to get it deleted off the LexisNexis, Stagestream, LCI, any of those people that have that address. Do not dispute addresses with the credit bureaus until you eliminate that. If you eliminate it from there, because just imagine, how do you think they verify addresses? Who do you think they get that information from? Just think about it. They have to get that information from somewhere. So you go to the source. The source is LexisNexis, Stagestream, ACR, uh, uh, Innovis. You have to go to those other credit reporting agencies and remove it from there. Once you get it removed from there, it's so easy getting it removed from the big three. because when they try to go back and verify, it is not there to verify. So what happened? They deleted. Done it, been there, done it. And I've never had an address come back that I didn't want on my credit report because I already know the source to go to. I'm eliminated off of there first. So when they try to go look at it, it ain't nothing there for them to look at. I'm not even that big on freezing. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna dispute it off. I ain't because all that freezing, man, they gotta remember the code, what code, you gotta call them back. You maybe one day you're out trying to apply for some credit, you didn't unfreeze it. It's just too much for me. So like I ain't gonna waste my time with freezing. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna dispute it off. All right, what's it? I've been watching a lot of videos on YouTube pertaining to repairing credit reports, but sure, she said, I'm sure how to do this accurately. It is a learning process, but listen, even when you're on YouTube, you're gonna get a lot of misinformation. You're gonna get a lot of misinformation. You need to know that when you're trying to repair credit, the manuals you need to know is the Fair Credit Reporting Act, the Credit Resource Guide. They got Metro 2, the Medical Debt Protection Act. You need to understand the Fair Debt Collection Practice Act. There are so many things that you have to understand because everybody's credit situation is different. Right. So it's so much you got to understand. But a lot of people don't listen. I started off listening to YouTube when I first started getting into credit, but I don't listen to people on YouTube anymore. I'll start listening, and when I start hearing it, I just start shaking my head. And the amount of people, because they don't understand credit repair, they get sucked into it because they don't understand it. And then it's easy to fool people who don't understand something. So, I keep it real with you. So and I don't have bad comments. I have people comment about consumer law. I know consumer law, and I'm gonna talk about consumer law, but people tell you one side of it and they don't tell you the other side because they want you to hear that side because that's the side that's gonna draw you in. But they're not gonna tell you the other side because if they told you the other side, then now you'd be more skeptical about this side. So, but some stuff they say is good, it's accurate, but you just got to be careful. But a lot of people, when it comes to credit repair, you got to take bits and pieces and kind of put it all together. But you definitely need to listen to somebody who's talking about Metro 2 and understands Metro 2. That is a major issue when it comes to credit repair. He said, what does it mean when annual credit report? Can't say your credit report's not available online and you have to send a paper request or call. They're probably saying that the information that you're providing is different than the information that they have. So that's why they want to make sure to verify that that is you. Because if they don't and somebody's trying to steal your identity, the next thing you know, you got people opening up accounts under your name, stuff like that. So there's something in that report that's not is something in the information on your report is not matching up with what you're telling them. So Mike, that's probably the main reason why. It's just something in that annual report that's different than whatever you're inputting to get your credit report. So you need to get that fixed. You definitely need to get that fixed. I wouldn't say it's bad. I'm just saying you just got bad information and you just need to get that information cleared up. But I know everybody got on here late. I mean, do you think Wednesday is a good day, or do y'all prefer to me to move it to like Saturday live on Saturday? Do you think that's a better day? I know Wednesday is kind of in the middle of the week. People probably like, man, I'm tired. It's Monday, Tuesday. So do y'all think Wednesday is a good day, or should I move it to another day like a Saturday or a Sunday? And I don't know. People don't may not want to do Sunday, got church or eating some nice dinner, relaxing, getting ready for Monday. But do you think Saturday is a better day than today? Can I get some feedback, please? What's a good day to do these live chats? Ooh, am I? All right. Well, I can move it. I can move it to a Saturday in the afternoon. I'm off on weekends, so I'm on a new schedule. So I'm off Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. I work a 4-3 schedule, so I could do Saturday at noon. Anybody else got anything? And my computer is getting ready to be. I need to plug it in. I should have plugged it in. All right. Let me go get this plug. Y'all gotta excuse the apartment now. You know I'm moving out, man. So I'm here for 2 more weeks. Lord have mercy. This is gonna be a challenge. That ain't gonna work. Don't want to cooperate with me. So you always gotta have a backup. Woo! Yeah, Mike, listen, you're 22. Let me tell you what I tell all the young folks. Listen, yeah, Saturday, I guess I'll move it to Saturday. So listen, you're 22. Do you know if you invest $20 a week until your retirement age, you'll be a millionaire at a 7% interest? So your best advice right now, I don't care how much you make. You could be making $500 a week. You need to be paying something to yourself first. $50, $40, $60. Every time you get paid, you should pay yourself first. The most important person, the most important person is you. So why do we pay everybody else before we pay ourselves? Like it's all about changing your mindset. Change how you think about money and how you think about your future. Because the older you get, the more money you got to put away to reach that plateau. The thing you have that I don't have is time. You have time. It doesn't cost you much to get to that point. But you have to turn around and think about me first. When you get paid, the first person you should be paying, open up your brokerage account. I'm gonna do some beginning brokerage investment video. Is open your brokerage account, invest in yourself, invest in Apple, invest in AMD, invest in NVIDIA. These are good companies. Invest in Caterpillar, invest in good company. Put your money and let it ride. Don't worry about the fluctuation of the market. Don't let nobody tell you that uh, investing in stock is gambling. I can tell you, you can go look up the S&P 500s ever since it started. That's probably only about 8 years since it started that it ended in a negative percentage. It's it's always in up. It's always making money. So say, yo, my God, what's good? What man, that crypto, like I dabble a little bit, but I don't really get in a whole lot of crypto, and crypto be up and down. It's so volatile. It's not regulated. Jokers are out there stealing. I have a nephew that's in cybersecurity, in a major company, cybersecurity, and you just have to be careful with crypto. But I don't know much about that crypto. I'm more, I have some Ethereum, but other than that, I don't really dib in a whole bunch of different crypto. Not yet. It's just, and then lately, crypto's just falling off the map. But I really don't. I don't really get into crypto that much. I'm like more into just investing in the stock market, investing in the companies. That's what's big. That's what I do. That's what I like. Companies that I know are going to be around for a while. And then I gamble with some other. I bought a stock uh, about, I don't know, maybe 3 months ago. It was $3.40. That stock today is $8.20, something like that. So yeah, Forex though, man, you gotta be on that stuff. You gotta know that stuff, and you gotta be on it. But yeah, I mean, I'm up like 130%. Most of the stocks I have, most of them I'm up like over 10%, at least 10%. Some of them I'm up like 40%, some 30%, some 10, some 15, some 5, but I'm up. So I'm big on investing. But everybody should be investing, definitely, and pay yourself first. Well, look, we've been on here about an hour and 20 something minutes. I'll get back on here Saturday. I'm gonna start being a little bit more structured with these lives. I guess I'll start having, uh, uh, you know, let's see, I bought stock through Cash App. No, I don't fool with no. I use Fidelity. Listen. I tell everybody get a grown up brokerage account. Ameritrade, Stars Drive, Fidelity. There's some newer companies out there. Get you a grown up brokerage account. Get a brokerage account that if you got an issue, you got a live person you can talk to. If it ain't a live person you can talk to, I wouldn't fool with them. I started with I started with Robinhood, got away from there, went to Weeble. Think I had an issue one time with Rebull, and then you got to be emailing back and forth. I was like, you know what? No problem. I went over to Fidelity. Now, when I can call Fidelity, I can talk to somebody. So when you start dealing with your money and you got 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, $80,000, you don't want to be talking about on no email. I don't. I want somebody I can talk to. So, uh, but open up a brokerage account, and it's just way more information on there. So, but I use Fidelity. So, all right. Well, look, I'm about to cut this short. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. Make sure y'all hit the thumbs up. Y'all got my email. If y'all got questions, email me. It's easier if I look at your credit report. I mean, I could give you a whole bunch of BS, but I don't like doing that. And I'm not going to charge you for looking at your credit report. That's not how I get down. I'll give you an honest assessment, and then we'll go from there. So, hey, I appreciate y'all. Sorry for the poor lighting. Most of the stuff is at the house. I got some more stuff to take when I go home Friday, and it says, and so, but I'll be back. My office will be set up, and we'll be back. I got some new equipment, mics. So I'm trying to get things down so it could be a little bit more professional. I'm in Georgia. Our status of statute of limitation is 4 years on a car loan. My car was in repo. They never got it. It is safe for me to drive it. Are you asking me is it safe to drive it? Well, if you're past the statutory limitations for them to sue you, but I don't know if that means that they can never come retrieve that car. That's just saying that they can't sue you. I don't know, to be honest with you. That's something we have to do some research on because I don't give you know, I ain't no lawyer and I don't want to give you no bad information. But I would assume that even though you're past the statutory limitations for them to sue you, because that's what it is, that doesn't mean they can't come get the car. So, but if they ain't got the car in 4 years, I'm assuming that they ain't gonna come get it. I mean, it's probably lost value. It's probably not gonna be worth the money for them to repo the car and come get the car, all that. So I would assume they're not gonna worry about that car. But I can't be 100% correct on that. So, but anyway, look, email me if you got some questions. It's in the description. And if you got anything, man, just hit me up. I got you. Hey, I always got to tell you, I got that master dispute package. If y'all want to get it, it's got a lot of information in there. I promise you, you'll be more than satisfied. If there's a book, I keep telling you, if there's a book that give you more information than what I give you, I'll give you your money back without no hesitation. Just tell me what the book is. So, but that's about it. I'm about to go over here and lay down, take a little nap, get ready for work tomorrow. But I appreciate y'all hanging out. I do have some really powerful some detailed Metro 2 videos going to be coming out. We're going to be getting into student loans through Metro 2. We'll get into we're getting some strategies of charge-offs. We're getting some strategies with collection accounts, medical debts. We're going to talk more about investing. We're going to talk more about uh, removing inquiries. We're going to be talking more about how do I build a credit report? How do I build a solid credit report? You don't want to put all them little subprime cards on there because they are graded differently than charged with cards with like if you got a Chase card or Navy Federal card, they're graded differently, right? And they give you those little bitty $300, which, man, it doesn't take much to go over 30%. So we'll talk about that. So, oh man, getting tired. But anyway, oh man, we're in almost an hour and 30 minutes. But anyway, Saturday I'll be back live. It'll be better structured. So y'all have a blessed night. Good night to all y'all. Appreciate y'all hanging out, and I'm out.